Right now, let's turn to our phone lines. Our CCTV's Adel El-Mahrouky joins us live from Egypt. And Adel, what are you hearing there? What's been the reaction so far?
Well, the Egyptian television networks, private and state-owned, are all announcing their condolences. They have broadcasted live the official announcement from the Saudi television on their channels. And since the announcement, maybe 10, 15 minutes ago, it has been repeating on and on these networks. There hasn't been yet an official statement from the Egyptian presidency.
And Adel, we understand that just a few weeks ago, not too long ago rather, that the president did meet with King Abdullah. Is that right?
We know that President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi has went for a quick unofficial visit to Saudi Arabia during his latest tour in the region on his way back, to Cairo. And it has been reported, but unconfirmed, that the visit was not intended to be announced. Some believe that it might have been a sort of a quick visit. It came after the first rumors that the Saudi king has passed away. And he went after that has been announced. Some speculate that this might have been part of the arrangements for the next generation or the next leadership that will take the country. But as it seemed from the announcement itself, that it was quite arranged. The crown prince have become a king of the state or of the kingdom, and everything seemed to be quite organized, and the entire message behind the television statement from the Saudi television seems to be killing any doubt that there is some differences about who will rule, who will come next after Abdullah died.
And Adel, I know that it is very early in the morning. There are a lot of people in Egypt probably aren't even aware of what happened. But what do you expect the reaction to be once news of the king's death sort of becomes more common knowledge?
Well, tomorrow is a Friday, which is a day off, and it's a long weekend in Egypt, as Egypt marks the 4th anniversary of the 25th of January revolution on Sunday. So there might be many people in the streets. Saudi Arabia has been a very strong supporter to Egypt since the armed forces has ousted the Islamist President Mohammed Morsi. Billions of dollars of support have been given from the Saudi King Abdullah to Egypt. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi have shown a very clear sign of appreciation when they first met after he was elected president. King Abdullah stopped in his airplane in Cairo airport. Because of his health condition, he could not step out of the aircraft. So President al-Sisi went on board and kissed the forehead of King Abdullah, a sign of appreciation, and also a sign that indicates that al-Sisi considers Abdullah as a big brother. So al-Sisi supporters definitely are expected to show some sort of strong memorial, maybe a march, condolences. Of course, as you said, it's very early to tell. But because of this indication and how President al-Sisi have shown publicly the appreciation to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and King Abdullah particularly, we expect that his supporters might do something tomorrow. Later on.
All right, CCTV's Adel El-Mahrouky live for us in Cairo. We'll check back in with you periodically. Stay on the line for us. And again, if you're just joining us, we are following breaking news out of Saudi Arabia. King Abdullah has died. He was 90 years old. He was recently in the hospital with pneumonia. Here's a look back at his life.
Abdullah bin Abdulaziz was born on August 1, 1924. He ascended to the throne on August 1, 2005 upon the death of his half-brother, King Fahd. Abdullah held important political posts throughout most of his adult life. In 1961, he became the mayor of Mecca, his first public office. A year later, he was appointed commander of the Saudi Arabian National Guard, a post he was still holding when he became king. He also served as deputy defense minister and was named crown prince when Fahd took the throne in 1982. After King Fahd suffered a serious stroke in 1995, Abdullah became the de facto ruler of Saudi Arabia until claiming the throne a decade later. Under Abdullah's leadership, the country began providing basic freedoms to broader groups of people, including women. The country also invested some of its oil wealth in large-scale education and infrastructure projects. Abdullah underwent surgeries in the past related to a herniated disc. In 2012, he underwent an 11-hour operation at the Riyadh hospital. He had a similar operation in October 2011 and had back surgery twice in the United States in 2010. According to Forbes, in 2013, Abdullah was among the world's most powerful people, ranked 8th globally.
And for more on what is happening with King Abdullah's death, let's go back again to Patricia DeGenarro. The world in the region is starting to react. We heard from our reporter in Cairo. Do you expect more of the same, or how do you think the region will react once this becomes more public?
I think the region already understood that this was inevitable or coming. As was mentioned earlier, it's been a pretty easy transition. Things were already in place. People were knowledgeable of the fact that they were going to have to start looking at a different type of leadership. So what remains to be seen is how much tougher or less tough this particular leader will be. But I think, right now everybody will sit back and rethink some of the geopolitical politics that's happening in the region. We'll have Iran take another look at, the new ruler who's coming in. And it'll be some issues for the U.S. to handle as far as the Islamic State is concerned and that coalition building going on and how to move forward with that while there's a mourning period in process. And of course, the economic implications everybody will be thinking about. The Saudi stock market has already gone down a bit, which I'm sure will change within a few weeks or so.
Well, as you mentioned, there are so many things going on. The neighbor Yemen is under some political turmoil at the moment with the government leadership there. We have Syria and ISIS, and as you mentioned, oil prices have been tumbling recently. How do you think this will affect all of this? Do you think we'll see something immediately, or do you think there will be a period of time, a watch and wait period, before anyone does anything?
I think there'll be a little lull in the time before anybody does anything. It's out of respect. It's also part of, I think, what'll happen in the culture. It'll remain to be seen with the Islamic State. They're a different type of kind of organization or ideological center that does not support the monarchies that are in place. But I think you'll see a bit of a lull in the region, at least for a few days, until people can pay their respects.
Well, let's hear a little bit more about King Abdullah's successor. As you mentioned, he has been sort of in place for quite some time now. King Abdullah's successor, of course, is his half-brother, Deputy Prime Minister, now was Crown Prince, now King Salman bin Abdulaziz, 79 years old. He's a former defense minister.